Hi, I am back again. Get our, oh, first, gotta get into the backpack. So I went out today. I got my second vaccine shot, so I should be good on that for a little bit, hopefully. I got some soda here for our trusty drink. Seems like my thing I do here, talk and have a drink, so let's get into it. I hope everyone is doing well, and if you're not, I hope things change for the better soon. And yeah, hopefully, hopefully you're doing well. And if things aren't well, I hope that soon things start going well for you. Because it sucks being stressed out. So, here we go. But anyway, I was out today and I got something that I have been very excited for. I don't know much about these games. I have such bad glare in here. Xenoblade? But I am really excited to jump into this game. I've heard so much good things about it, and I always wanted to play it, and I was always very jealous that I couldn't. I didn't know you could play it on the Wii. Back when I had a Wii, I had no idea this was even a game. I got the Wii late, late into the life cycle. Like, the Wii I had was so old, or not old, new, like, late into the life of the Wii that it couldn't even play GameCube games. It was one of the black ones. And if you turned it on, it had, like, the user interface thing where it showed the GameCube stuff, but it had no um, way of playing them. You couldn't flip it open and put the controllers in or anything like that. So they did away with the GameCube functionality, but left like some of the things there. Anyway, a couple years pass. I don't have my game or my Wii anymore, but I keep seeing people talk about this game and how good it is. Um, so I started getting curious now that I got a Switch. Started looking up reviews. I was watching them. I was like, man, this game looks amazing. The thing that I think I'm most fascinated by is that it takes place on top of like these gods that were fighting each other. Huge, giant gods. And they hit each other at the same time. And I guess they die? I don't know. But maybe not. I have to play the game, I guess, to find out. But they get stuck like that. And so much time passes where civilization begins to grow on them. So like the whole open world in this, I think takes place just on top. Like people who are so small compared to these gods, that like vegetation started to grow on them, and like I guess you can look up and see the bodies. It's just how big they are. I can't wait to see that. It looks so good. But I guess we'll open this up, and you know what? Having this Switch, I don't know what it is about it. It has me excited for video games again. There was a little bit of a slump I was in. Like, even though I had the Series X and the PS5, there was just something about games lately that I was excited for them, but I didn't feel um, passionate about gaming. Like, I liked it enough to get the new consoles, but there was just something about it that felt a little stale to me. Even though I was playing good games, man, I'm struggling to open this. Even though I was playing good games, there was just something about it. Like, they always strive to make like the best graphics, and sometimes you just need good games. You don't. It's not going to be the best graphics in the world on the Switch. They just go for the good. They make good games, and there's something about the familiar sounds and sights that reminds me of when I was a kid. I cannot open this. I need a knife. I will be right back. Knife. Okay. As I was saying, there's just something about the sounds and everything that just reminds me of when I was a kid. Like, just Mario's voice, seeing Link run around in the Zelda games, just the Nintendo logo. I haven't seen it in so long, and it gets me excited for games, which is good. I like being happy and excited for things. Like, I'm so excited to play Mario and Zelda, Xenoblade, and all this stuff. The things that I missed out on for so long, and I heard so many good things about it. But, oh, look at that art. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but... Well, that's awesome. And there's the game, as usual. Very tiny. Yeah, I can't wait to play that later tonight. Yeah. You know what else has me excited? Like a kid again. This is where a lot of people are going to tune out of the video, but professional wrestling, okay? I grew up being a huge, huge fan of wrestling. My uncle, Charlie, got me into it. And I used to go to his house, my cousin's house. Well, his kids were my cousin, my uncle's house, and we would watch wrestling, and he'd get the pay-per-views. Probably shouldn't be making noise while I'm talking. Take a drink break. But he would get the pay-per-views, and he would watch it. And I'd go there to play with my cousins and stuff, and the wrestling would be on. And he was watching WCW. And then they would flip back and forth to WWF at the time. And I don't know, I was fascinated by it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I ever believed it was fully real. I mean, I guess at the beginning you don't think about it. You're just watching it for what it is. And then you learn about what wrestling is, and I became very passionate about it. In fact, I wanted to be a wrestler for a long time. My friends and I even had like our backyard. I know it's very frowned upon, by actual wrestlers, but we tried to do the whole backyard thing, and it was a lot of fun. I have it on tapes somewhere. I have some of the tapes here, but like the actual main tapes I can't find. I don't know if one of the guys has them or what, but I was very into it for a very long time. In fact, my senior project was to script out a match, uh, everything like wrestling, like have entrance music, script the match out, have a winner, a loser, and that is kind of what made the backyard wrestling stuff happen. Was we did this, we filmed the match, we took it in, we used it, we showed little things here and there of how it went, showed him the match from start to finish, and that was our project. Him and I did it together, and we liked it so much. We're like, man, we don't need to stop. We don't have to stop doing this. We can continue to make these matches. They were started to become less scripted though, and we would just kind of during the match call moves and tell each other what we were doing, maybe playing some spots out here and there. And we got better at it and better at it and better at it. Had more people come in, and we just started doing that for a couple of years. We just had a blast. And then, a few years back, I just kind of, I guess, lost my passion for it. I stopped watching it. I would keep up with what was happening from YouTube videos. I would watch people talk about wrestling, but I never actually sat down and took the time to watch it. For one, they changed it to like 3 hours. And, man, sometimes I don't want to watch a YouTube video that's 30 minutes, let alone a 3-hour wrestling event. I need to get better with that. I need to stop feeling like I have to spread my time through. Like, I need to be able to just focus on something. So what if it's 3 hours? If it's something I enjoy, the key thing is enjoy it. I felt like I was forcing myself to watch wrestling, and I don't want to feel like that. So it just kind of stopped. It kind of went away, and I was okay with not watching it anymore. I didn't get that anxiety, like, I need to watch feeling. And I just stopped. But, AEW came around. And I was like, all right, I'm hopeful. And I watched, like, the first pay-per-view they did, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I was like, this is fun. I like this. But then I just kind of didn't get around to watching much more of it. And then I watched maybe one other one. But the other night, I think it was All Out. It had one of the best tag matches in a cage I have ever seen in my entire life. And I'm watching this event, and I don't want to ruin anything or spoil it, just in case somebody happens to watch this video that also likes wrestling that hasn't seen that pay-per-view yet. But it made me feel like the first time I watched wrestling. I was excited. I was into it. Everything they did, the most of the wrestlers are really good at telling stories in the ring. I mean, some of the matches were. I mean, not everything is great. Obviously, there's some matches that aren't going to be so great. But in general, that show was so good. Like, every match almost had meaning. Not every match had meaning. I mean, there was someone there that you're like, we don't need this. But, like, every match seemed meaningful. And, I mean, as a newcomer to it, I don't know who everybody is yet. I know the guys that are there from WWE and the women that came over. But, like, I was introduced to Kenny Omega with AEW. I'm not familiar with his other stuff. And a lot of these guys I'm just seeing for the first time, and it's blowing my mind how good this company is so far. I'm cautiously optimistic because I don't want to be like, oh, AEW is the best. It's going to completely steamroll WWE. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'm going to be realistically, cautiously optimistic about it. If they keep going the way they're going, I think WWE has some good competition. And I mean, I'm not watching WWE, I'm watching AEW. And that's from a lapsed fan. I'm coming back to wrestling, but I'm not coming back for WWE. I'm coming back for AEW. And I think that says something. Like these lapsed fans, these people that were just tired of this boring. And it's not that it's PG. It's not that it has to be like child safe or whatever, I guess WWE was trying to do. It's just that I didn't care about most of what was happening. They had so many matches, so many stories. They had to fill up 3 hours. And man, did it feel like a chore. It felt like a chore. Nothing about AEW feels like a chore so far. I'm enjoying everything. And man, it was so fun. The title match was fun. The surprises were fun and exciting. People look like they're having fun. CM Punk looks like he's glad to be back. He doesn't look miserable. The people that were surprised as they came back, they look like they're happy to be there. People, when they're wrestling, they look like they're having fun. And not everybody looks like they're having fun in WWE. WWE has become something other than just wrestling. They don't even want to call it wrestling anymore. And it's a shame because AEW feels like a 5-star version of if you ever went to a local wrestling show. And like they put on these shows, but it feels like you're going to watch wrestling. It feels like you're watching wrestling. People that are passionate about wrestling. And it feels like those little shows, but on a big scale, almost WWE like budget. Not quite, but it feels like those passionate people putting on that type of show on TV. And I mean, the other companies have tried it, but they just didn't get over as well as AEW was doing. And it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna, jump the gun and say it's gonna kill WWE or anything, but it is definitely a lot of fun, and it has so far brought me back to watching it, and I look forward to watching it. I'm not gonna make myself watch it, but I want to, and as long as I want to, that's good. Because I don't ever want to have to feel like I'm forcing myself to watch wrestling, because then how is it fun if I feel like I have to? I want to right now, and that's good. But I have been, holy crap, it's almost 15 minutes, and I don't know if I even said anything. I opened the game, I unboxed Xenoblade, Zeno or Xeno, I don't know. Zeno, I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited to try this, and I'm excited to see what AEW does with their shows. And there's just some good things happening, you know, even though everything's not so great with everybody's life. And, you know, you can't really talk about it much on YouTube. It's not like I make money on YouTube or anything, but I don't want my videos to get, like, any more hidden from people than they already are, even though nobody's watching them. But that's fine. This is just for me to sit down and talk. And that's what I did tonight. I ran my mouth and talked about things I like and things I'm passionate about right now. And obviously, there's other things I'm passionate about, like music. And the same thing with music, though. You don't want to sit down and force yourself to play guitar. You don't want to force yourself to play piano or sing or anything. You want to do it because you feel like you want to do it. Same with watching a show. If you feel like you have to, because it's almost like you are obligated to it, then you don't want to do it and it's not fun. I don't feel obligated to watch it. I keep coming back because I want to. I pick up the guitar because I want to. Actually, it's not back there anymore. It's over there. But, yeah. Same way with games. I started almost feeling like I had to play games because that was my hobby and I had to. Now, with the Nintendo, for some reason, it makes me feel like I want to again. You know, I mean, obviously you want to when you play a game, but there's just something about the newness of it, and it's not just that it's new. It reminds me of why I loved games as a kid and what made me fall in love with games to begin with. And I'm excited. It's nice to be happy and excited about something. Hopefully, nothing bad happens to level everything out like usual. But I don't know if this video is even worth uploading, but I'll upload it. And it was fun to just sit here and ramble on for 17 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm done. Thank you for watching my video. And if you happen to watch any other ones, thank you again. And until next time.